Awesome.
Just a second. Okay, so we're recording. So I am very excited that everybody's on here tonight because we have the famous Emily Roberts joining us. I know we tried to do this in the past. Stuff came up, such as life. That's how it goes. But we are thrilled that you were here tonight. I seriously have been looking forward to this one for a good long while. There is even a new girl that joined this past month, and I was telling her today, like, hey, don't forget, she's doing our call tonight. And she said she watched you before she even did Plexus. With some of your videos that you had done that had helped, help her make that decision to do this. So, girl, you impact a lot of people, so we are so fortunate that you could do this tonight. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody really fast, and then I will unmute you just so that we do not have extra noise. But I guess you can just take it away. If you could just kind of share how you got started with this, a little bit about your journey, and then just your top business tips that you have for your team. So
Absolutely. All right, so if you don't know who I am Emily Roberts. I'm 26 years old. I have 2 little boys. I've been married about 7 years to a United States Marine. I was in corporate America before I had children, because that's what we're taught to do, right? We grow up, we go to high school, we graduate high school, we party, we go to college. Hopefully we graduate college. Took me 6 years to get my degree. I know all about procrastination and letting life kind of take you wherever. But I also just wanted to enjoy my husband and my marriage. So college was not a priority for me. We have lived in San Diego. We have lived in Kailua, Hawaii. We have lived in Stafford, Virginia. But both of us are Texas natives, and that's where I'm at now. We will be reunited one more time for the final time this coming Thanksgiving, and we're so excited. I went emerald with Plexus in about 8 months, sapphire in 10 months, and diamond in 21 months. And those 3 achievements in my life are just such huge milestones. And I want to go way before, backtrack with me. We're going to go all the way back to day 1. Actually 3 months before I joined. 3 months before I joined. If you were my friend on Facebook from 2013 to 2014, I was pregnant and bitter because I had lost a pregnancy right before this, and then I didn't want to be pregnant, and then I got pregnant, and I was like, no, I'm supposed to do this fitness thing and do a figure competition and be hot, and now I'm pregnant. Like, I was in a bad place. I know it sounds awful, and it was awful. I couldn't do, I don't know, I wasn't thankful, and I was angry and bitter, and so that's what my Facebook looked like. I talked badly about network marketers. I talked badly about moms. I talked badly about my husband. Like, I was just so negative. And it's funny because if you know me now, you know my motto is choose joy. And that is what I've learned a lot. And I'm really thankful that I was introduced to Plexus because it helped me discover my joy again. We'll get to that in just a minute. So if you knew me before Plexus, you knew that I did not like network marketing. And you knew that because I had done network marketing in 2008. I was a part of a makeup network marketing company, and I was not bad at it. Like, I'll just be completely honest. I did really well. It would be kind of like the equivalent of going senior gold with Plexus. That's where I was at in that company. And one day I just woke up and was like, man, having inventory sucks. We have to move all the time with the military. And my husband was all like, I told you so. You shouldn't have joined. I tried to tell you. You know, that's what they're good for. And I said, okay, I'm sorry. So for the first 4 years of my marriage, I sold my inventory. That's how much inventory I bought into another company. So when Plexus was introduced to me in 2014, of course, I was like, no, heck no. And the second thing that came to mind was, do I look like I have the money to buy inventory? I was a full-time student, a brand new mom. I had major postpartum depression. My husband was 4,000 miles across the universe in Afghanistan, and I didn't care what anyone said. I just wanted my husband back. I didn't want to work a business. I knew I needed to lose weight, but I didn't want to hear about this magic. I didn't believe in that. I was better than that. My ego was bigger than life, and I was working out 2 to 3 times a day. I was so exhausted. I suffered a lot of digestive issues and womanly issues after my pregnancy, and God knows he knew that I needed Plexus. He just like, I kind of like to think of it as that story I shared on Facebook Live. If you didn't see it, it's the story of the man that drowns, and his house gets flooded. He's sitting on his roof, and he's like, God, please save me. I don't want to die. You'll save me, right? Please save me. And so this boat comes by, and he's like, hey, man, you need a ride. This water's rising. And he's like, no, God's going to save me. He's like, okay. And the boat keeps going. A guy in a jet ski comes up, and he's like, hey, do you need some help? And he's like, no, I'm good. God's going to save me. I prayed. He's got this. And the guy's like, okay. And he takes off. Helicopter flies over, and they're like, let us help you. And he's like, no, talk to God. He's going to save me. I'm good. Well, the man drowns. He gets to heaven, and he's like, God, you said you were going to save me. What happened? He goes, I sent you a helicopter, a jet ski, and a boat. What else do you want from me? Well, that's where I was at in my life on July 4th, 2014. I had people telling me about Plexus everywhere in my life. My mom, my sister, another very, very smart Plexus diamond, Melissa Eichenhorst. Maybe you've heard of her. I've had so many little people whisper Plexus in my ear, but I was just sick and tired of hearing it. And when Holly, my upline, she's an Emerald Plexus ambassador, when she reached out to me and was like, hey, just try it. I won't bug you again. Please just try it. And I knew it was really big of Holly to ask me that because she knew how I felt about it. So I did. And it was funny because she thought I was going to join or order as a customer. That wasn't the case. I logged in and joined her team, and she immediately messaged me. She goes, okay, so we can get this fixed. I saw you join my team. I don't know what happened, but oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And in my head, I'm thinking, no, I clicked join. Hold on, I hear a baby. 1 second. We're going to have a special guest. He rolled over and doesn't know how to get back over. Okay. Come here, Bob. This is Gentry. Anyways, so I did not have one of these when I joined Plexus. Or two of them. I just had one of these. So having two is even more fun. So I told her, I said, no, I joined. Just don't tell anybody. Don't add me to team pages. I'm not working a business. I will be one of those secret ambassadors you talk about every now and then. She was like, okay. And of course, she added me to her team page anyways. She added me to her team page, and I'm so glad she did because that's what changed everything for me. I went into this full-fledged thinking, I'm not in this. Like, my heart's not in it. My mentality, where I'm at in my life, I can't afford to work it as a business. I was just going to order as I went. I did babysit, house sit, dog sit. I sold a couple of pictures off the walls of my home, and I sold clothes in my closet just to have enough to do Plexus for 3 months. It was a little over $500. I wanted to try Triplex and Accelerator and X Factor, so I knew if I had at least $500, I didn't have to bug my husband, and I could do this thing. But not the business. Just use the discount, get myself on get out of my funk and my plateau. And because I was working out, I was eating clean. That's all you need, right? And that's what I kept telling myself. Well, about 60 days into my journey, I noticed that I wasn't reaching for my prescriptions anymore. I was a lot happier. My mom noticed when we FaceTimed that I wasn't crazy or crying, because I always called her crying. She was, you haven't called me crying in like a month and a half. Like, what do you do? Are you on drugs? Like, what are you taking? I said, no. I said, I've been drinking that pink drink. And she was like, really? You started that? I thought you hated it. You made fun of me for doing it. I said, no, I was so wrong. I've been doing lots of research. And during those same first 60 days, I was on that team page like I told y'all about. And about 9 days into my journey, someone hit silver. I didn't know what that meant, but it was like a really glittery, sparkly picture in the team page. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but it's pretty. What is silver? And so I messaged Holly, my upline, and she was new. She was about 2 months in. And I said, what is this silver and how do we do it? $100? $100 to me, y'all. 2 years ago, $100 put diapers on my kid's butt. It helped with school stuff. Paid for gas. I mean, $100 did a lot for my family. It felt like $1,000 or $1 million. And so I was just like, yes, tell me what I need to do. And she goes, well, you got to get 3 people on your team. I said, that's it? 3 people? She was like, yeah, they need to get their products like you did when you joined. And I said, I know a lot of people that want to lose weight and feel better. Like my mom, she's going to join, and my sister-in-law. And I started making that list of 100. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you should be doing that thing to keep yourself on track and to hold yourself accountable. But I was mentally making my list of 100. So if you're not already doing that on a regular basis, when you're scrolling on Facebook, when you're at your favorite restaurant and you have your favorite server, all of those types of people should be on that list, mentally or on paper. If you write it down, it's more likely to happen. And I went silver. I went silver on day 30 of my first month into Plexus. I added my third ambassador, and I was silver my first month, and I immediately started helping them go silver. But let me tell you this. I was one of those people, you're going to get mad for a second, especially if you've been sitting at silver or gold for quite some time. I was one of those people that had no problem adding level ones. That does not mean that I was a great leader, but I had no problem adding level ones. I like people. I think people like me because I'm relatable. I tell it like it is. It's how my mama raised me, and I just have no shame in my game. If I'm having a bad day, you're going to know. If I'm having a great day, you're going to know. You know, what you see is what you get. And so that's just kind of how I worked my business. I was super salesy, y'all. Ugh. If you go back to 2014 and looked at my Facebook, you'd be like, how are you, Diamond? What in the world were you thinking? So don't go through my old posts. But it's funny that I had no issues adding level ones, but I led with the products. I did myself a disservice because I did not talk about our incredible compensation plan. But I promoted every single month for the first 5 months of my business. I went silver, I went gold, I went senior gold, I went ruby. I sat at ruby for about a month, and I went senior ruby with my upline. We both double promoted. And that was about that time. It was November 2014, December, I don't remember. And I went to my first opportunity event. If you haven't noticed, I'm kind of incorporating business tips. So if you're taking notes, write this down. Go to events. If there's a diamond in your town, go see them. Go shake their hand. Go hug their neck. Let them inspire you. Oh, goodness. Hey, you're upsetting your brother. Let them inspire you, because I met Helen McFadden, Les Glenn, and Jen Hawkins. It was like November 9th, I think. I swear that's the date. And we're at a Lexus dealership. Y'all, I did not have a car when I joined. My husband and I shared a vehicle. We luckily lived on base, so if I needed the car, I could use it. But if not, I was screwed. We had one vehicle. That's all we could afford, and barely could afford it. So having my own car kind of fueled my fire. And proving my husband wrong fueled my fire. He, at this point in my business, thought I was crazy, did not want to hear the word Plexus. He turned my cell phone data off if he saw me on my phone. He was my biggest skeptic. I know, I saw a lot of jaws drop. He was kind of mean, just a little bit. But he came around. Anyways, that night at the Lexus dealership, I took a picture with my Lexus. You can go through my profile pictures, and you'll see that picture of me in the RX 350. And I'm like, hey, I'm wearing leggings, leopard leggings. That's how you know. But it's a great flashback reminder for me, because that night in my notebook, I wrote down March 25th, 2015, and I told myself I would go emerald. I was going to make it happen. I drew my line in the sand. You know how your leaders tell you to write down dates? It's impactful when you do, and then you meet those goals. But what's even more exciting is when you break that goal into little bite-sized pieces, and you do every single thing that you're telling yourself and you're telling your team that they should be doing, you start doing those things, and you'll hold each other accountable, and then emerald happened. I will never forget that morning. It was East Coast time, so it was pretty early. I think it was like 8:06 a.m. when auto ships started processing. If you don't know what that means, that's usually the date that corporate processes our backup orders. If you don't have sales yet, or if you have yours set to the end of the month. And my husband was asleep, and I knew I had the points. I was just like, my team is on fire, like whatever. So I went well past emerald. I had at 8:06 a.m. I had like 1588 or something. I don't know. I just know it was 1,500 points, and I about peed my pants. It was just like I started shaking. I had like an adrenaline rush, and I said, "This is happening like this. I'm a Plexus jewel. That's what this feels like. I'm gonna have. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a car. Oh, it's a Lexus. Oh my goodness, I've never had a nice car before. All my cars were like 93 Nissan Altimas with like a black back door because it got in an accident. Like, that was my life. And so I ran upstairs to my husband, and I was like, guess what? And he was like, are you emerald? Because I woke him up, and I'm like, yes. And he sat up and he goes, no way. You guys, that was on the 25th of the month. By March 31st, my biggest skeptic on the planet joined my team, and he didn't even tell me. It was a complete, it's not candy, baby. It was a complete surprise, and I love being business partners. So those people that were super skeptical in your life, when maybe you're just now getting started, maybe you've been doing this for 2 years like me. Let me tell you, skeptics make the best ambassadors. I'm speaking from proof, and I'm speaking because my husband is now Ruby himself, and he's writing his name or his line in the sand because he has goals. He wants to go diamond. He sees the perks. He sees the generosity of this company and how they treat their leaders. So it's worth it. A couple of things that I did to get there. Number one is create business hours. Give yourself a break, but then go all in during those scheduled times, especially if you have kids. One, your kids deserve your time. And that's what we talk about, Plexus Freedom. If your kids only remember you because of the glow of your cell phone light, that's kind of sad. We don't want that. Don't get me wrong. I want you to work hard. I want you to show them what it's like to be an entrepreneur. But at the same time, you got to be a walking, talking, living proof. If you are silver and gold and you're watching this, there is no nooks and crannies. I'm just going to be the first Jewel to tell you that. There is no nooks and crannies. You don't get to do that until you've hit senior gold and you're making some really good income. You're going to do some heavy lifting. If you're silver and you're gold, you're going to do some heavy lifting. You're going to be your own rock star, and you're going to add level ones and go silver every single month like your life depends on it. Why? Because you got goals to achieve. You got people to impress. Because belief creates success, and that belief is going to come from with you. So every time you add a level one, that's going to boost your confidence. You'll be like, oh, I got this. I'm still doing this thing. And so I encourage you to not give up, but instead to understand that you're going to do heavy lifting and people are going to quit, and it will have nothing to do with you. My first 3 ambassadors that were on my team are no longer active ambassadors. One was my sister-in-law. And the other 2, one kind of comes and goes as she pleases, and the third one has a wedding going. I don't know why he's laughing. A wedding going on right now, and so it's all about the priorities in their life. But I just want to show y'all that those people that you've introduced now, they're not going to be your leaders. Some of them aren't going to be. The people that block you, guess what? They turn into senior rubies on your team. It's really cool. 2 of my biggest leaders, one came from another network marketing company. She's senior ruby. And the other one at one point messaged me and said, I'm about to block you. I can't stand your posts. You are brainwashing our friends. I said, am I? I'm going to send you a sample. Let me know. She joined my team. And now she's senior ruby. And she's a mom of 3 and another military spouse, living the dream. Her husband just got out of the military because they could afford it. So, create a business schedule, plan, DMO, whatever you want to call them. Create one and stick to it. Don't do yourself a disservice by saying, I'm going to work during nap time 1 to 3, and you get on Facebook for like 15 minutes, and then you scroll through Netflix, and then your kid wakes up from his nap, and y'all go to the pool. No. If you are going to work your business from 1 to 3, you can work your business from 1 to 3 with your baby in your lap and make a video. I'm doing Zoom right now, and I have a 5-month-old in my lap. It's possible. Go all in at least 1 hour a day. If you work full time, 15 minutes, little increments, right? You can make it happen. If you focus on that and you try to get 15 minutes in your lunch break, 15 minutes before bedtime, 15 minutes in the morning when you wake up, that could be watching a training video as you're driving to work, listening to one. That could be doing 3-way calls on your way to work and on the way home from work. There's if you want it, that heavy lifting, you'll make it happen. But sticking to that plan and devoting some time to yourself, you will see massive growth and improvement. Another tip that I like to recommend, this is what I tell all my brand new people, is to get out your success kit. Get it out from under your bed. Get it out of your closet, kitchen cabinet, wherever you stored it away. Get it out and read it. I don't care if you're silver or you're almost sapphire. You read your success kit and you use it on a regular basis. I was going through the success guide, the booklet part of it, with a new girl who joined my team on Saturday, and we got to like the Frank Sliss part. I think it's like the first or second chapter of it. But I love it. I mean, it gives you columns to write down names. It breaks it down. This success guide was created by your leaders. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can put things in your own words, but the work has been done for you. It's just up to you to implement it. I did a coming to Jesus meeting with my level ones. If you don't know what that is in the South, a coming to Jesus meeting is a get your crap together call. There's so many people on your team, in your life, potentials or ambassadors that will say, I want this so bad. I'm going to do whatever it takes to go Emerald. And they've never posted a single Plexus post on social media. And you think to yourself, so how are you going to get Emerald if you're afraid to post on Facebook? Like, can you dumb it down for me? And so I had a call for those people. And the number one thing I think a lot of them took away is for my people that want it, they need to stop lying to themselves and start applying themselves. You can write that down and remember it, memorize it, because it's true. We do that all the time. We lie to ourselves and we say we're going to do something, and then we get scared. Guess what happens? You get fearful, and what does fear do? It paralyzes your business. Paralyzes you, because if you're scared, you're not going to do anything. And if you're not doing anything, your business isn't going to do anything. And look, you've been sober for 6 months. So go all in and apply yourself. It's a great analogy is to think of, because we're going back to school. Your kiddos are going back to school. Maybe they're not so great subject as math, and you find out your son is failing math. Well, what do? You tell him, okay, maybe next year you'll just be in third grade forever. Okay, maybe next year. Sorry. No, you train him, you tutor him, you love on him, you encourage him, you practice those skills, you work on those skills, you pour into them, you focus on them. That's the same thing. When you have someone in your downline that is struggling or stuck, you nourish them, you train them, you get your mommy pants on and you make it happen. Same thing for yourself. How can you sit there and tell your son, okay, well, you're not going to fail third grade math. My life depends on it. Well, you're not going to be gold unless your life depends on it. It's kind of that same aspect. So I encourage you to remember that and to think of that analogy. So what we decided? DMO, have some action plan business hours. Number 2 is getting out your success kit and actually going through it. If you need help with that, I have a video on my YouTube channel. It talks about every product that is in the success kit and how to use it and apply it to your business. It's public. Anybody can watch that. Another thing that I like to do is, especially if you're getting that success kit out, is to get on Google. We all have internet access because you go to a public library. And I want you to print out a blank 31-day calendar. So just 31 squares. If you are a hands-on calendar person, you like to use your calendar over just loose paper, bust out that calendar and get to the big open block page, not the lines where you write notes and goals and stuff, but the block page. And then I want you to get out that list of 100 we were talking about, your mental one, or maybe you've written it down already. And you're going to write, depending on your goals, 2 to 5 names in each box, Monday through Friday. So leave your weekends for your family. But Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 names. Not only is this going to hold you accountable and show you, okay, these are my 5 people I have to reach out to today, but when you're doing your follow-ups, you have those names. And you can look back and say, okay, well, it is the 14th, and I talked to Sarah, Jake, and Allie on the 5th. Should probably follow up with them. I love this, and it's a great visual. It's something you can duplicate with all of your team members, and it helps you implement that list of 100 into your business plan. So many of us write that list down, and then we're like, now what do I do with it? I'm not contacting those people. You're on crack. Like, no, I'm not doing it. Yes. I promise you, because this is what's going to happen. If you don't reach out to Aunt Sarah, who has an incredible network and needs these products like yesterday, Aunt Sarah's going to get approached by me because I go for no every single day. I'm going to reach out to Aunt Sarah because I heard from Aunt Sarah's hairdresser's cousin at the mall that she was looking for Plexus products, and she doesn't even know that her niece sells them. So I'm going to tell her. That's what happens every single day. I can't tell y'all enough. If you're not telling somebody about Plexus, someone else is. I encourage you to go for no. That's the 4th thing that I recommend in your business every day. Go for no. Get your hands on Richard Fenton and Andrea Walt's book. It's about $10 on Amazon, and it's called Go for No. It's a 74-page book. You could read it in like 20 minutes, like bath time. Tuck your kids in tight. Give them some Dimetap. I don't even know if they make that anymore. But read the book. It's awesome. And it's not a network marketing book like, this is how you become successful. No, it is a story. It's about a guy that met all his goals, and he would cut out at the beginning of the month because he met all his goals. And one day he hit his head playing golf because he snuck out of work, and he falls into a deep sleep, has a dream, and meets his future successful self. And he's like, whoa, how did I become successful? And he's like, you don't remember the day that you started to go for no instead of yes? It's a really great book. Get your hands on that. But going for no. If you don't read the book, I want you to remember this analogy. I've also taught on this before, and once I started telling myself this on a regular basis, reaching out and prospecting has become so much easier. It's not as scary, and I feel like I don't know, it's more comfortable. I send voice messages. I love voice messages. I like people to hear my voice and know that I'm real. I encourage you not to read off a piece of paper if you're really nervous. Just type it out. Because if you are reading something, they're going to know. I just got one of those from somebody in another company, and I was like, really? Like, do I not look happy with Plexus? Please don't read your scripts to me. But I want you to remember this analogy. Let's think of IHOP, okay? We've all probably been to IHOP. Do you all have IHOP where you're from, Kendall? Yeah? Okay. Think of IHOP. Think of the waitress. She's there for probably 12-hour shifts. IHOP people work forever. They're awesome. I love them. And they have coffee all day long. So that waitress has her pot of coffee that she knows she has to keep refilling, right? She's going to pour into herself. Got it? Okay, follow me here. She has that pot of coffee. She's walking around the restaurant. She's going from table to table. Can I get you a refill? Would you like some more coffee? Most people will say yes. Some people will be like, no, I'm good. No, I'm okay. No, I don't need any right now. No, I don't drink coffee. Does that sound familiar? I don't need Plexus. I don't need it right now. No, I'm good. I'm okay. What does that waitress do? Does she think she's a failure? Does she quit and throw the coffee on the ground and she's like, I hate this place. It sucks. Does she say, stop, baby. Does she say, I'm not worthy to be a waitress because these people don't want this coffee? No, she keeps going. She keeps going. She moves on to the next person because she knows eventually someone's going to say, yes, I would love a refill. Or yes, I would love some coffee. So I encourage you, my kid's gaining weight. I encourage you to reach out and go for no, like the waitress refills that coffee in the restaurant. She doesn't, pitch a hissy fit. She doesn't give up. She continues to go for no all day long until her shift is over. So if you're committing for an hour to your business every day, 15 minutes to your business every day, you went all in for that 15 minutes and you went for no, how many lives would you at least introduce to Plexus? How many people would you be that seed that's planted? Because maybe no one else has reached out to them about Plexus before. So that's probably my number one tip, but today it was number 4, is to go for no and to always go for no. Lastly is reward yourself. Don't forget that you're awesome. Don't forget that you said yes to one of the scariest opportunities on the planet. This company and this business plan is simple. It's not hard. It's very simple. But it comes with a lot of rejection. But you have to get over that, and you have to get over it quickly, and you have to be okay with it. It's going to make you feel some type of way, and you might not like it in the beginning. But let me tell you, when you are driving your second free car from a company that you said no to a million times, it's worth it. It's insanely rewarding and incredible. So reward yourself. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you get that Plexus paycheck, go try a new product for once. Maybe you've been taking Triplex for all. I'm going to try Accelerator today because I earned an awesome Plexus paycheck. Or maybe you're making a little bit more money. Go get that watch. Post it on Facebook. Say, look, this business is legit because this money is real and it just bought this real watch. Reward yourself and let people know that this business is such a blessing and it's rewarding in many ways. Not just the freedoms, but that you can still reward yourself and work hard and remind yourself that it's worth it. Reward yourself by reading a network marketing book and reminding yourself what you're doing. It's easy to get stuck in the negative blame game. No joy. I'm going to be silver forever. Why do I do this to myself? It's easy to get stuck there. But it's also easy to tell yourself 5 positive affirmations every day for 21 days. So I'm going to challenge your team, Kendall, to either, I don't know if you're their direct upline or not, or how it works. But send your sponsor 5 positive affirmations every morning for the rest of the month. This is what I have one of my level 3s doing. And not only is it such a breath of fresh air for me, that's the first thing I wake up to every morning is 5 positive things about herself. But not only that, I'm learning her goals. I'm learning her fears. And it's just, it's positive. It's awesome. I get, and it pumps me up. I'm like, yes, you are worthy. Yes, you will reach out to 5 people. Yes, you are a great mom. And I'm like, it's like 8:03 in the morning and I'm bawling and my kids are like, Mom, why are you crying? It's powerful and it's going to fill up your cup and it's going to be so amazing. And I challenge you guys to do that for the rest of the month, or at least for the next 21 days, because 21 days form a habit. My kid is getting restless, so I'm going to wrap it up right there. But if y'all ended up having any questions, please, Kendall, message me, or we can do another one of these later on in the year. But
Girl,
Gentry's like, I'm done.
No, thank you. You have your hands full, so you are such a blessing to us, and I am definitely going to be rewatching this and taking lots of notes. So thank you so much. We really
Absolutely,
girl. So